Welcome back to Glow Vital. I'm Sarah and I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here for our second episode. If you're new here, thank you for joining me on this journey, and if you're tuned in last week, welcome back. Today we are diving deep into one of the most transformative aspects of my wellness journey, building a morning routine that sticks. This isn't just about waking up early. It's about how you start your day and how that sets the tone for everything that follows. Your morning routine can become a power foundation for your mental, physical, and emotional well being. Let me take you back to where it all started for me. I was in a really bad place. There were days when all I could manage was to get up, cook for my kids, do whatever they needed from me, and then go back to bed. I remember questioning myself constantly. How was I going to do it all by myself? Of course, I knew deep down that having him out of my house was what I wanted, and I felt relieved in many ways. We could finally laugh, play, and be ourselves without fear. We could sleep through the night without being woken up by him screaming at his console games. We didn't have to think 2 or 3 times before saying something, scared that it could lead to a huge argument out of nowhere. But years of mental abuse had left me doubting myself, convinced that I couldn't do it on my own, and that I would be a failure. That without him, I was nothing. That belief was deeply ingrained in me. Then I started to realize that all the money in the house was coming from my pocket. Even though it was just benefits from caring for my daughter, it was still my contribution. It hadn't worked for years. And whenever I tried to save a little money to do something for myself, like straightening my teeth or taking my driving license, we would find a way to sabotage it. Sometimes he would even break down our car on purpose so I would have to spend the money on repairs instead. I felt stuck. My life was moving backwards instead of onwards. It was a slow process, but I began to see that maybe, just maybe, I could do it on my own. The money coming in was the same, but there will be less going out with one less person in the house. That realization started to change everything. I remember having panic attacks at the thought of being home alone with my daughter when my son will go out. But one day, he said he was going out, and I noticed something different. I was okay. My heart wasn't pounding like crazy, my breathing was normal, and I wasn't scared. I felt amazing. That's when I knew that meditation was working, and I will keep it in my life forever. I was so grateful for that feeling. It was a breakthrough moment for me. It gave me the strength to keep going. At that time, my self-esteem was an all-time low. Doing anything for myself seemed pointless. I didn't believe I deserved to feel good or to take care of myself, but what motivated me was my kids. I wanted to be there for them and to show up as the best mom I could be. Little did I know that small step, meditating just a few minutes each morning, will become the cornerstone of my entire routine. It was a gradual process. I didn't wake up one day with everything figured out. I experimented. I tried different things, and I kept what worked. Now my mornings are sacred. They include meditation, core workouts, and sometimes lymphatic exercises if I'm not doing weightlifting on that day. I have learned to listen to my body and give it what it needs each day. After that, I have my breakfast and write down my gratitude list. This simple practice of acknowledging what I'm grateful for has had a profound impact on my mindset. It shifts my focus from what's wrong in my life to what's right, and that has made all the difference. One of the most important lessons I have learned on this journey is the power of discipline. Maintaining a routine isn't always easy, especially when life gets in the way. I wake up at 6 a.m. and as soon as the alarm goes off, I get up and get started. Now, most mornings, I naturally wake up just a couple of minutes before my alarm, which tells me that my body is fully rested and ready to take on the day. This didn't happen overnight, though. It took time for my body to adjust and for my routine to become second nature. With the school run, it's a bit easier because there's a built in reason to get up early, even if not that early. But during the school holidays, it's a different story. Without that external motivation, my mind tries to trick me into staying in bed longer. It's so tempting to hit snooze and fall back into old habits. But I've realized that if I give in today, it's going to be even harder to get up tomorrow. Discipline is key. Once you start sleeping, it's a slippery slope back into old habits. And I don't want to go back there. I want to keep moving forward. After my workout, usually around 9:30, 10 a.m., I have my protein shake and take my vitamins. I also try to space out my meals by at least 2 hours. It's all about creating a routine that our body can rely on, a rhythm that keeps you balanced and energized throughout the day. Another thing I have incorporated into my routine is meditating to specific frequency songs at night. Depending on what I feel I need to work on, I choose a frequency that aligns with that. For example, if I'm feeling anxious, I might listen to a calming frequency that helps me relax and let go of the day's stress. This helps me unwind and ensures that I'm in the right headspace before sleep. It's another layer of self-care that has made a big difference in how I sleep and how I feel when I wake up. Now, let's talk about setbacks. No journey is without its bumps in the road, and I've certainly had my share of challenges. I have been fortunate not to fall back into my old habits, but it's something I constantly work at. I remind myself that no one is going to do this for me. I have to make myself do it. Sometimes, if I have had a rough night, like after a nightmare that kept me up, I will give myself an extra 30 minutes in bed. But that's it, and no more than that, and not often. I want to make sure I have enough time to do everything I need to before breakfast, so I can start my day on the right foot. If you're trying to build a routine, my advice is to start with just one rule at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself by trying to do everything at once. It's tempting to want to change your entire life overnight, but that's a recipe for burnout and disappointment. Instead, let each new habit become a natural part of your routine before adding something new. This approach is less stressful and more sustainable in the long run. I still keep lists of everything I have to do daily, and there's something incredibly satisfying about ticking off those boxes. That little dopamine hit keeps me motivated and proud of myself. It's a reminder that I'm making progress, one step at a time. Now, let's talk about how my kids fit into this routine. My son works nights, so our schedules are different, but he still takes his vitamins and goes to the gym. He's found a routine that works for him, even if it doesn't look exactly like mine. My daughter, on the other hand, takes her vitamins first thing in the morning, just like I do. It's a routine that works for all of us, even if our days start at different times. I think it's so important to find what works for you and stick with it, even if it's different from what others are doing. Before I wrap up today's episode, I want to give you a quick update on my business journey. I have been working tirelessly on the details of my product and its packaging. Since I'm on a budget, I designed the packaging myself, and I have to say I'm really proud of how it turned out. It's been a learning experience, and I've had to get creative, but I'm excited to see the final product. The manufacturers are currently working on it, and it should be ready in about 10 days. Once I have the product in hand, I will be able to share more with you and finally move forward with the next steps. Starting this business hasn't been easy. There have been so many hurdles, and at times it felt overwhelming. When I first tried to post the product on Amazon, I thought I needed to register my brand, which costs around £340. That was a huge hurdle for me. But after doing some research and asking a lot of questions, I found out that I don't need a brand registry to start selling. That was a huge relief. I did, however, need to buy a GS1 barcode, which costs about £50 for 10 barcodes paid annually. This ensures that my product is recognized everywhere it's scanned and is accepted on Amazon. At this point, everything is pending because Amazon requires real product photos, so I'm waiting for the packaging to be completed. Once that's done, I'll be able to move forward with the next steps and finally get my product out there. The journey has been a huge learning curve, but having a morning and night routine kept me grounded. It helps me to sleep well and wake up with the energy I need to tackle each day. No matter what challenges come my way, I know I can face them because I'm taking care of myself. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you found some inspiration in my morning routine and how it has played a crucial role in my wellness journey. If you're looking to build a routine of your own, remember to start small. Be patient with yourself and stay disciplined. You can do this, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. In our next episode, I will dive deeper into another aspect of biohacking that has had a significant impact on my life. And of course, I will keep you updated on how the business is progressing. Don't forget to subscribe on Spotify and follow us on Instagram and Facebook for updates, behind the scenes content, and more. Your support means the world to me, and I can't wait to share more with you. I'm Sarah from Glow Vital, and until next time, take care and keep glowing.